Hello and welcome to Community Cast number 11 here on the Sarcasm Gaming YouTube channel. My name is the vocal terrorist Jesse Rain, and we are here with a replay from our yellow Protoss Izelude. He's going to be going up against the red Terran Dragali. Now I've got a bit to talk about before we properly get into this game. For those of you who sent me your replays, I will be doing all of them. I'm actually splitting them up so they're out of order. And that is because people are starting to send me really nice replay packs. And I don't really want to be doing 4 of the same player in a row. So I've kind of mixed and matched them up a bit. So we shouldn't have more than 2 or 3 in a row from a certain player. So don't worry if, you know, one of your replays goes up and then someone else's comes along next. I will get to yours. I'll be doing them over the next 2 games. And oh my word, proxy gate. And that's going to get immediately scouted. So, whoops. The luckiest Terran in the world scouts out that proxy gate. So that was going to be a proxy 2 gate, but I guess not anymore. All these SCVs coming down now to, I guess, put a stop to it. But this probe gets to just sit up in here. So, well, I was going to talk about some other stuff, but I guess we're just going to watch this go down. Gateway does get cancelled, and the SCVs are all going to come back. What a strange beginning to this game. So, of course, this means Izelude is going to be playing from behind. Sorry about that, beep then. I left my phone on. And it was right next to my microphone. The phone is now on the bed. So, Iz is going to try and get back into this with a fast expand before Gateway. Which is hitting at around the time that you 1-gate expand, maybe. Oh, well, never mind. Sometimes these things do happen. This pylon will eventually fall. And this probe is going to get taken out by this Marine, one would think. And we're going to settle back into a kind of standard game. The timing's going to be a little bit off. But so long as Dragali isn't doing a crazy attack. And when I talk about doing a crazy attack, well, here comes 4 SCVs and a Marine. So I guess it's time for a kind of crazy attack, but there's no more Marines building. I guess he's decided he's had enough Marines. He's going to expand. So pulling SCVs for an attack, but also expanding. So this is an all-in move, but this is saying, well, I don't want my all-in to be an all-in. I don't actually agree with this, by the way, guys. I think he should have just put down that expansion and got miles ahead in terms of tech. As it is, though, he wants to take this down, and a forge coming down, which means cannons in the future. But that cannon's going to be a long, long time to finish. And if this probe actually gets taken out before the cannon goes down, that's even worse. Yeah, okay, he starts to drop the cannon now, but this bunker will finish, or should finish, very, very easily. This cannon should not. Gets cancelled out is in a bit of a problem state here. I mean, it's a nice response from him to get the forge and get the cannon. But with this many SCVs here, there was no way he was going to stop that from happening. Now, Dragali just has to be careful here, and he's going to be perfectly fine. Actually sends 2 SCVs home, which is a really good response here. Now, this zealot needs to target down the SCVs, because with a repair going on, he can't do enough damage. Problem is, he's going to get taken out by the Marines that are coming in way, way, way too quickly. So he's going to have to wait for another one to come out. And he's adding a second gate now, but it's just not happening. This is really, really tough. The probe even gets taken out. So how on earth he's going to manage to survive from this, I do not know. He's kind of doing... well, he's just having to put gates down because he doesn't have any gas. And he can't afford the time to get a cybernetics core up. But the problem is this Nexus will fall. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. If Dragali wants to kill it, it is dead. Back at home, he's already got his second base up. It's an orbital command. He's adding more barracks, which is the perfect response. And everything's just going to go really, really well for him. He's... Okay, yeah, he is starting to hit those zealots now. One zealot even falls, even worse for Izelude. Izelude, man, this is going to be a struggle. And it's just such bad luck that that proxy gateway was scouted. Because without that, he probably wins, you know, against a 1-6 man. Now what he needs to do, for me, just leave that bunker. Just take the 3 Marines out, salvage it, build a bunker back here just to be safe. and then you are just miles ahead. Your second base is up and fully functional. As it is, he's going to stay here until he dies, which I don't think is the best idea, but it's not going to hurt him too badly. He's ahead in terms of supply. He's going to get a few more Zealot kills. He could even start a step against these Zealots if he wanted. He knows he can't go up into the main because of that one cannon, but does not really matter. Oh man, is this SCV going to build a bunker again? That's harsh. No, perhaps just wants to use it here to take a couple of hits off the Marines and save them. He's not going to run the Marines away though. Actually going to start a step and try and kill, and loses the Marines. Finally, Izelude will be able to take another base. His Cyber Core is up, Warp Gate is on the way. But Missile Turret going up in case of DTs, because as we all know, that is the appropriate response for a Protoss who is behind. When behind, Dark Shrine. In Izelude's case though, it's when behind, move out with a bunch of Zealots. Dragali wants to kill him. Again, not the wisest choice. You know you limited your opponent to one base. Just take the time to tech up. Don't push out again. You get so excited about killing your opponent that you will actually potentially lose. And now look at this. The Zealots and the Marines are skirting the opposite way around from one another. Now with only one cannon here though, Izelude is going to be in some trouble, but there's no bunker at home and only one Marauder. So I think these Zealots can actually have a good time, so long as Dragali his attention is pulled elsewhere. As it is though, Dragali's Marines are going to walk up there. The Zealots either have to come home or go hit now. He has to make that decision right the hell now. He cannot let these Marines in. Okay, that's it. The Marines are in the base. This is full-on base trade, and unfortunately for him, it's one that the Terran should win because Zealots can't shoot up. As it is though, Dragali not focusing properly, not starter stepping because the Zealots hitting his base, and all of these Marines are taken out. So now Izelude in actually a really good position here. Too much there for Dragali to be taken out though. So okay, instead of a base trade, we have this situation where neither man properly focused on his attack and therefore lost everything they had. The Marines and Marauders pushing out now. Don't know if that's wise. These two Marines are going to find the Stalkers though and the Pylon. So the Marines and Marauders should be coming round to take that out. And with a forward Pylon gun, it's going to be much, much harder for Izelude to continue back into here. See, this was the trick for Dragali. 2 bunkers up is completely safe from any kind of gateway aggression. You need AoE or you need a lot of sentries and immortals. And of course, Izelude, so far delayed, will not have that. He has 1 sentry, so all he's got to do is get inside these bunkers. Nice force field, but it didn't work out for him. And now he should be totally fine. He needs to repair the bunkers, though, which he's not doing. Actually steps out of that bunker as well, which I don't like. But nonetheless, the sentry goes down. Dragali with no medevacs yet. The starport only just finishing. It does mean he has to be very, very careful with his stims. Nice killing of that pylon, cancelling the warping in of the unit. Now just get back, get in your bunker and be perfectly safe. Dragali actually going to move out and down the ramp now. He could theoretically sandwich Izelude in with Izelude coming with this attack. Once again, SCVs need to be repairing this bunker. It's too late to be pulling them now, and the bunker goes down. And again, that's a problem for Dragali. Now there's a lot of Protoss units in his base, and he has nothing yet in the base of his opponent. I think Izelude could actually take this. Of course, there's still the problem that the Terran can lift his buildings off and fly them away, but Iz can warp in units at home. With a sentry here, he can force field this ramp if he's clever about it. Ton of Zealots morphed in, though. I keep saying morphed instead of warped. Ton of Zealots warped in. These Stalkers doing a ton in the main. And now the Protoss is in amongst the production structures, and that's going to be the end of that. Nice force field here. Needs some more sentries at home, though, to continue that force field wall. And so long as that force field wall is up, Izelude cannot actually lose. He keeps up. He actually warps in a ton of Zealots at home instead, not having the gas for sentries, which is potentially a problem for him. Now that these 2 medevacs are out, he can lift up and drop into the main base of Izelude. Izelude, though, going to continue on here, trying to hold this. No more force field, so these units are going to get up in here. More Zealots coming out, wise choice, but they are going to get caught by the stimmed units here. And once the medevacs reach them and are able to heal them, it's going to be really, really tough. As these pylons start to fall and the gates will fall, there's going to be less and less reinforcements for Izelude every time. Izelude currently supply blocked. This orbital command will fall. He has to be very wise with the units. Not a great force field there. Actually traps his own zealots out. So those zealots do start to die. 2 zealots, 2 sentries at home here. He does force the Terran down there. Oh my word. Actually those medevacs were full of SCVs and he wants to just build a command center there for the looks of it. So is now going to continue on fighting in here, but sending more and more units home because he knows he has to defend, just because of how this game has gone. He does have a probe and a pylon out on the map, so this will not finish him, even if he loses everything in this base. But nonetheless, I feel like that would be game over, because it's just going to be impossible for him to rebuild. If he loses the Nexus, he doesn't have a Nexus, nor does he have the ability to make another one, which is really, really worrying. Because at that point, the Terran just has to keep defending, keep a building floated, and there's nothing Izelude can do to win the game. All he can do is force a draw at very, very best. Going to carry on killing stuff in here. This orbital command's going to fall next, but I don't think Dragali's too worried about it. So long as this command center gets up, he's fine. He's in a good position, and he needs to kill this Nexus. That's another important thing. And he's going to start making probes, which is a really good idea. For me, get 400 minerals up, drop a Nexus here, or even up here after killing the NG Bay and supply depots. Just do something like that so you know you can always continue it. Right now, I'm a little too worried about this base eventually falling. But we shall have to see. These Zealots are going to start to wreck face. SCVs, you cannot fight Zealots. A nice force field traps another one, takes another shot. And with no Marines out now for Dragali, he's actually in a really bad spot. Two Marines here and 2 SCVs against 2 Zealots. The SCVs will fall and the Marines will fall very quickly without a good starter step. 1 sentry going to take down a command center all by itself. Nice starter stepping of the Marines. He's going to take the SCV instead because he knows he can get it. And now more units going to start to come home for Izelude as he cannot actually hit these floating structures. Mule was landed here to repair this orbital command. Very, very sly there by Dragali. But Izelude has the supply, and there we go. GG by Dragali. Izelude just kept his supply alive and managed to kill off that attacking force of Dragali and won the game. What a crazy back and forth game we had there. That proxy gate was scouted. It went into a semi-all-in attack, but with an expand behind it. I feel like he should have done one thing or the other there. I'm not a big fan of that. Maybe just spammed a couple more racks down and gone for the kill. As it was, Izelude lost his expansion but held his main and then proceeded to wreck face in at about 15 minutes onwards. So congratulations to Izelude. Thanks for sending the replay. That's me done for the moment. I'll hopefully get some done when I get home from work tonight. As it is, I now have to leave almost immediately. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.